So do you ever suffer with the winter blues when it comes to your photography? Well, you're definitely not alone if you do. It's that time of year when the colour has left the landscape and most days are like today, just flat, grey and boring. So in today's video I'm going to go out and take some photos in what are very typical winter conditions here in the UK and see if we can come up with anything worthwhile. Right, let's get into it. So the location I've chosen to come today is a canal path, an industrial area that's fairly local to me, because I thought they would suit what are fairly flat, dull and uninspiring conditions, where I can kind of just focus purely on some of the subjects that I think will actually benefit from not having too much contrasty light. The kind of images that I've got in my mind are probably going to be either black and white, or I might just lean into some of the more nostalgic film simulations that I can get access to with my Fuji. I like that. So that's exactly the kind of subjects that I'm looking for today. Things that just suit this kind of light. There's all sorts of stuff growing through in that building. I think nature's starting to reclaim it. Not sure if this one actually works or not. See, there's a lot of stuff between myself and the building, but it's good to kind of photograph it in its environment, so yeah, let's get this one. I like this building here with all the ivy kind of growing out of control on it. Very urban-esque, this one. Get this cyclist in the photo when he comes up. So if you saw last week's video where I went out taking photographs in what would typically be perceived an ugly location, I did receive some quite nice feedback, and that video resonated with quite a few of you who also like to go and take similar types of photographs. So I thought I'd turn this into a little bit of a mini series of videos where I'm going to kind of set myself a series of challenges just to try and go and find images in places where we typically wouldn't necessarily go and look for them, particularly where we wouldn't go and look for what people term as portfolio worthy images. But as you know, if you've been watching this channel for a while now, it's all about inspiring and motivating you to want to go out with your camera more. And I think the way to do that is to be very open-minded about what you want to go and photograph, rather than just wait for the perfect photography conditions. Well, that looks quite interesting. I'm fairly sure that must have been a pub that's since been converted into flats or something similar. Quite like it though. I think that will look good with a nostalgic edit to it. I've no idea what they are, but they look interesting. Maybe from this side it looks a little bit better. Get more of the building in the shot. Yeah, I like that. I quite like the kind of shape and design of that building. And you've got a nice reflection in the canal. Feels like it's definitely going to be a black and white, this one though, but Might pop a couple of versions up on screen, colour and black and white, and see what you think. I'll tell you what's caught my eye here. I really like that building, the design of it, and these two lamps just create a pleasing composition for me. Could do with that van moving, just to give a clear shot, but I don't know. Let's face it, vehicles are part of the modern landscape, aren't they? I just like the well, the design of the building. It's just interesting, but how it just kind of leads you off into the distance. I think I'm always in my element when I'm challenged with this type of photography. There's no doubt about it, winter can be quite a challenging time of year to go out with the camera, particularly if you live in a cold environment or the UK where it rains a lot. I'm interested to hear though, do you enjoy winter photography? Do you pack the camera away and wait for the spring to come along? It's one of my favourite times of year to actually go out with the camera. So let's talk about why. I think one of the obvious advantages of going out with your camera more in the winter is winter light. Now obviously today's a bad example because the light's flat and boring, but if you get a sunny day, you know, the light, particularly this time of year, never gets too harsh. It's like being in golden hour most of the day. Now you'll know from previous videos that I don't get that excited about the light, but you never look a gift horse in the mouth. If you get good conditions on the days that you're out with the camera, then of course, why not take advantage of them? And I think even on days when you've got flat boring light like this, I still think it leans into being able to get some decent images. You know, there are advantages to flat boring light. If you get the right subjects, you can photograph them to your heart's content without worrying about really contrasty shadows, making them look unappealing. Some of the buildings that I've taken photographs of today, I just think they look better in flat light. I think they would have not come out anywhere as pleasing to my eye on a sunny day. Obviously, in order to get the most out of winter photography and make sure you enjoy it, then the right gear is key. And I'm not talking camera gear here, other than obviously a weather sealed camera is a massive advantage. I'm talking about clothing. So I'm a keen hiker, so you know, over the years I've kitted myself out with decent waterproofs, warm layers, decent gloves, hats, things like that. And I think they're key to getting the most out of winter photography, particularly if you're in a cold climate. There's nothing that's guaranteed to stop you in your tracks more than if you're cold, wet and miserable. Well, that's quite interesting. This gnarly tree looks like it's reaching out to try and grab me. I think this bridge has got a little bit of potential. The first thing that's caught my eye is this little bit of remaining autumn colour. I mean, we're well into December now. There's a little bit of colour. It's being framed quite nicely by this bridge. I think the challenge I'm going to have here though is the focal length will be too tight on this camera. Obviously you're seeing quite a wide angle frame from the video camera, but we'll do the best we can. This is quite a nice potential frame as well. Again, a little bit tight, but it's all about the subject anyway. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I do like these electricity pylons. I think they make interesting subjects in the right locations. Quite like that. I think we've got this oak tree, I think it's an oak tree, I don't know, that's still got a lot of its autumn leaves, and I just quite like how the canal path and footpath kind of lead around it into what is the unknown. So the rain's started to come down now, which has created a nice bit of atmosphere. So we've still got some reflections in the canal. Puts a bit of atmosphere in the distance, which I quite like. There's quite a lot going on here, but I like it. I like how the bridge frames the tree. There's a little bit of nice autumn colour behind the tree. I really like that splash of red with the railings, and you know, I could just get the house on the left all framed in one scene. And of course we've got the canal leading your eye off into the distance. Worth a photo. Well, this is looking the opposite side. So you've got the kind of industrial units off in the distance there. The kind of red railings lead your eye down the canal path. I don't think it's as pleasing as that first one, but I'm still going to take it. Just do with a canal boat coming up here just to complete the scene. Might be waiting a while. You know me by now, I'm drawn to nice splashes of colour, and I quite like the yellow on those steps and handrails. I've been waiting there a while for someone to actually walk down them, but no, wasn't meant to be. It would have been really easy today to just took one look at the forecast or opened the curtains this morning and thought, you know what, I don't fancy going out today with the camera. That would have meant another week of not being able to take any photos. Actually, I've really enjoyed this photo walk today. I feel like I've come away with a few images that I'm really pleased with, that I hope have lent themselves to the conditions that I've found myself faced with today. So as much as this channel is about me providing a little bit of inspiration to help you want to go out with the camera more, I do see this channel as an opportunity for me to learn from others too. So I'm interested to know, would you have done anything differently today? I mean, would you have actually taken similar images to me or something completely different? Would you have edited them in the way that I have? All of these kind of things, I find it interesting to hear other perspectives. So feel free to share your own thoughts and ideas in the comments below, as well as providing inspiration for me. I'm sure they'll help others who read them too. It's always interesting to understand other people's perspectives and takes on photography. Right, so I'm back at the car now, so I think it's time to wrap this one up. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you all on the next video. Bye for now.